Byte Camp is Anteater Anya, and today we're diving right back into our 2D animation series to learn more about character design. Now, in today's lesson, we're going to be going over the beginning stages of it, so just brainstorming your character. So, let's get started. You may not realize it, but a character's personality actually has a huge impact on how they look. Joy is a very kind and caring character, and those types of characters usually have rounder features and lighter colors associated with them. Anger, on the other hand, has more angular and sharp features, and he is a dark red color. So the first thing I want you guys to think about when you're making a character is if they're good or evil, because that will greatly affect how they're designed. Another tip on designing your characters is to add accessories and details. Now, this one's sort of tricky because you don't want to add too many accessories or details because then your character can be hard to look at and a lot of work to draw. A good example of this is the alien from our master project. Our alien's pretty basic, but what we did to spice him up a little bit was add a design to his shirt and give him pointy antennae. This accessory and detail went a long way and made sure our character was still semi-basic, but was still intriguing to look at. Just remember that every time you want to make your character more complicated, you will have to draw that character a bunch of times to make your animation. There's nothing wrong with simple characters because you can use expressions to make the character more intriguing. At this point, if you're still stuck on what to make your character, just look to your favorite cartoons. There's nothing wrong with taking a little bit of inspiration here and there. Now that we're all done brainstorming up here, we can start brainstorming onto our tablet. So a good way to start doing this is called thumbnailing. Thumbnailing is when you draw lots of tiny drawings of your character, but they're slightly varied, so they're slightly different. This way you can decide on what looks best without having to draw a lot of big pictures. So let's jump right onto our tablet to try this method out. Here I am with a brand new FlipaClip canvas, and the first thing I'm going to do is change my pen color. Now, we're going to change the pen color just so we can create these small drawings that are really sketchy without having to worry about mixing up which layer is the right layer afterwards. So I'm just going to pick a neon blue. So the character I've decided on is going to be a nice character, a kind character, so I'm going to use lots of round shapes and I want to go towards brighter colors. So remember to keep your drawings very small. I'm going to start out with a circle, maybe the body's another circle, and then their legs. But I still want something to be unique about my character, so I'm going to go with large wings as an accessory. Since my character has wings, maybe I'll go with a beak as well. And I'll give him a little tuft of hair. The last thing I'm going to add is some boot. So as you can see, my drawing's really tiny and it's really sketchy. Now I'm going to start drawing this character a couple other times and testing out some other variations of how he could look. So now that I've made all my thumbnails, I think I'm going to decide on which design I like best. I personally really like my last design with the mohawk and the smiley face, so I'm going with that. Now we can start finelining and coloring our character. I'm going to click down in the bottom right corner and make a new layer. Here we can select black again as our pen color. Alright, so here's where I'm going to clean up my lines and make them a lot neater. Now I have the outline of my character and we can start coloring. I'm going to make a new layer once again and slide it under my outline layer. And then I'm also going to hide my thumbnailing layer. Once again, I'm going for light colors to make my character visually appealing and welcoming looking. Here's my finished character. I'm very happy with him because he's just so simple, but I can still do a lot of good animation with him. The colors I used weren't too vibrant, so they won't be too distracting from my animation. I hope you guys learned a lot about how to brainstorm for your characters today, and if you want to keep up to date with what we're going to be doing in the next episode of 2D animation, hit the subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching, bye!